Ethiopia, of course, is never successfully colonized, and we remember the fights between Menelik and the Italians, and Ethiopia is in totally a different space, so that when we talk of an African country that was never completely dominated, then it is Ethiopia. But the struggle for independence starts very early. People don't remember in places such as Kenya as early as the 1900s, in the early 1900s, there are individuals who are already saying we want independence, and that is evident even in Ghana, evident in the Democratic Republic of Congo, evident in Southern Africa.
In the chat, bro, this is beautiful, bro. Holy crap, bro, Ethiopia is so beautiful. Holy yo, y'all see this chat? Y'all see Ethiopia, bro? This is insane.
Because we are in 2018, our calendar.
What?
Yeah, this is a very unique country.
2018?
2018.
Nah, you trolling me.
No.
It's 2026.
No.
Wait, hold on. So Fortnite just came out. So Ronaldo is still in Real Madrid. Yes. Chat. Everything is in the past here.
As we all know, they colonized almost all African countries, but Ethiopians said no. Not with words, but with action. In 1986, Ethiopia defeated Italy at the Battle of Adwa. In Africa, army beating and European power, the victory shattered the lie that Africa was weak. Ethiopians had unity, leadership, strategy, and pride. They knew the land, they knew the enemy, they refused to bow. Even when Italy returned years later, Ethiopians resisted until independence was restored. That's why Ethiopia is just a country. It's a symbol of black resistance. This is African arrow, aiming straight at the history they tried to erase. That's why I say that Ethiopian is one of the examples of the African that resisted. Ethiopia was not lucky, it was united. Comment if you respect African resistance. African arrow.
This is the only country in Africa that was never colonized because it said no to colonization. It's also the only country with its own unique alphabet, calendar, and time system. They still live in the year 2017 and their calendar has 13 months. But here's the wildest part. Humanity began in this country because some of the oldest human fossils ever was found here, including Lucy, our 3.2 million year old ancestor. If you're human, this country is your ancestral home. What country is this, please? Welcome to Ethiopia, where Africa wrote its own story. It's an East African country with a population of 126 million people, the second most populated country in Africa. It's home to over 80 ethnic groups. The capital city is called Addis Ababa. It's also known as the political capital of Africa. Ethiopia's income comes mostly from agriculture, especially coffee. The original beans used to make coffee grows in the forests of Ethiopia. Christianity and Islam are the major religions here. But Ethiopia was one of the first places in the world to adopt Christianity. Their official language is Amharic. They use a currency called the Ethiopian birr. If Africa was a storybook, Ethiopia would be the first chapter. A living museum of human origin, where culture, history, and pride are served hot like your coffee. Visit Ethiopia and fly Ethiopian Airlines.
This is African Arrow, and today we are exposing why black success, Africa and Ethiopia triggered the global media, and how Ishowspeed did what they never expected. Welcome back. If you're a new member, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment for more and more commentaries. As we all know, black success was never meant to be celebrated. African was never meant to be respected, and Ethiopia make African proud, Asian, and broken was never meant to be stand as proof. But when Ishowspeed showed the real Africa, including the spirit Ethiopia represented, the narrative collapsed. That's why magazines panicked. That's why headlines shifted. That's why silence moved. So that is self-explanatory that Ethiopian, as we all know that Ethiopian was never been colonized, but Ethiopians stand firm. Ethiopia is not just a country, it's just a simple, one of the world's oldest civilizations, never full colonized, a reminder of black independence and dignity. Ethiopian represented why could harass and what alone makes the system uncomfortable. Ishowspeed didn't ask permission. He showed joy, culture, and real people. Millions show African what they filters and people once people see the truth, you can't control the story anymore. If black success make uncomfortable, let them be uncomfortable. If African rises scales them, let it rise higher. This is African Arrow, aiming straight at the truth. Like if you believe Africa should tell its own story. Comment if Ethiopian inspires you. Subscribe for more unapologetic truth. This is African Arrow. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment for more and more what's happening in the world.
It's one of the best in Africa.
Trump is the closest thing to God.
Trump is the closest thing to God, really?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you believe that Trump is picked by God?
I believe so. I believe that Trump is blessed by God. I believe that Trump has come from blessed parents. His parents worked for what they had. His parents made him, molded him to become the person that he is.
But so Trump is selling Bibles for $60.
Okay.
Is that he's profiting off of selling Bibles? Is that a godly thing to do?
Is it a godly thing for the Democrats to be okay with killing their babies? Is that okay?
I guess you answered my question with another question.
Okay.
Just answer this question. Is it a godly thing to do for Trump to be?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a business. He's a businessman. That's what this country needs. What do we need? What are churches doing? When you go to church, don't they ask you for $1? Don't they ask you to do this and that? Churches are businesses. This whole country's a business.
I'm going to play you 3 separate videos of 3 separate Trump voters and how they felt before they read the big beautiful bill.
Why are you voting for Trump for? Because I'm fucking tired of being broke.
I bet y'all don't think Donald Trump's a liar now. No taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security passed the House to...
Holy shit, I just really hope, again, this big beautiful bill passes so I can bring home a paycheck. And now I'm going to play you 3 separate videos of those exact same Trump supporters after they read the bill.
I've been fucking pumped for this no tax on overtime. It's not gonna help you check none. They're still gonna tax the fuck out of your goddamn check.
Then you turn around and pass the bill and it's a crock of shit. It's a tax credit for the people that make a certain amount of money.
So the big beautiful bill did pass today, and I just feel a little misled.
I don't even know what to say because it's like comical at this point. That is 3 separate MAGA voters, supporters who are like, yeah, I'm going to make a TikTok talking about how excited I am for no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. And then they read the bill and they read the fine print and they came back to TikTok. And all 3 of them made videos talking about how they are sad and upset that these... Not only is there caps, and not only is this actually not going to help them save money out of their actual paycheck, but it ends in 2028. Like, well, the tax breaks for the wealthy do not end at all.
You may not want to believe this, but it's time that you accept it. If you have any family or friends who are MAGA, then they are evil. They are either evil or the best thing that could possibly be said for them is that they are so breathtakingly stupid that they don't fully understand what it is they're supporting. And that level of stupidity at this point in time is a willful stupidity. It's a choice. It's not a stupidity for which there is any legitimate excuse. It's a choice. And to me, that makes the difference between evil and this degree of stupidity, intentional, voluntary, a chosen stupidity. It makes the difference between those 2 things meaningless in my view. Whether you consciously, affirmatively choose to support this evil, or whether you choose to be so ignorant and oblivious as to what it is that you are supporting, there's no difference to me between those things. Both are evil. Both are empowering evil.
Warrior Tribe, what up? Just watch Ishowspeed's Ethiopia stream, and what I liked the most was how they really focused on the history with him, you know, breaking down the history. They made it very clear, yo, we ain't never been colonized, nigga. We ain't never been colonized. These other African countries, they celebrate independence. Nah, we celebrate victory, nigga. Ethiopia. Tough Africans, nigga. What's up? I love that shit, bro. Shout out to Ethiopia. Shout out to media-Ishowspeed, Ethio-Speed. Y'all carried that shit for a lot of it, man. Took us to the next level. Keep media-Ishowspeed for the other ones, for the rest of the tour. But yeah, stay up, y'all. Like.
Thank you so much for visiting Ethiopia. And most of all, thank you so much for visiting Africa. I know you changed the perspective of many people on how they view the motherland. Thank you for showing the beauty, the culture, and the energy of Africa to the world. I know your time was limited in Ethiopia, but I challenge you and the whole world to come back and see Ethiopia and its historical treasures. Visit the Grand Renaissance Dam, the ancient Lalibela and Aksum, the rock-hewn churches, the celebrations of Epiphany and Ethiopian Christmas, the oldest mosque in Africa, Al-Najashi, the Battle of Adwa sites, and many more. You've opened the door. Now come experience.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, like seeing Speed in Addis living his best life literally makes me so happy. Like, it's crazy. Like, Speed really showed up to Ethiopia and has shut it down. Like, met his Ethiopian brother, and then like the city, the culture showed out. Like, you guys fed him in Jada, had him try Boon. Like, y'all put him on game. You know what I mean? He went to the highest building and did a drone shot. Like, Ethiopia really showed out for Speed's Africa tour, and I'm just so grateful to be Habasha. You know, like, I wish he could go to Eritrea.
Go to the YouTube and search Ishowspeed. Okay. And the first thing you're gonna see is Ishowspeed stream in Ethiopia. So I'm gonna show you now. Look at this, 10 million views in 2 days. So guys, let's talk about Ishowspeed tour to Africa. So which country gets more views than Ethiopia? There is no country, guys. So that means Ethiopia won the challenge. Bye bye, guys.
2 Kenyan bracelets. Chad, why am I Kenya up like this? I'm double ice. Double ice on Kenya. Amazing. I love Kenya.